Hey everybody, I am Angelique Stallings. I am the founder and CEO of Mocha Mind Agency, a small business located in Durham, North Carolina. And I am so excited to be here today to help support the businesses in Raleigh, and we are going all in for Raleigh.
Hi everyone, my name is Kyle Sutton. My wife and I own Bestow Baked Goods based in Holly Springs, North Carolina. Even though we're not located in Raleigh, Raleigh is very much home. So I grew up in Knightdale, and anybody that knows anything about the area knows that anything worth doing absolutely happened in Raleigh. So spent a ton of time here. I went to school here at NC State, put myself through school by working at Raleigh small businesses. So when the call came to go all in for Raleigh, I was over the moon to jump in and help.
Absolutely. And as a small business owner myself, it was very important to be involved in the bringing back of businesses in the area. And growing up in North Carolina and going to school at North Carolina Central University, we believe in truth and service. And so we wanted to come today to try to serve some of the businesses in the community. You know, in Raleigh, there are 33,000 small businesses. And unfortunately, due to COVID, about 40% of them will have to close down permanently.
Yeah, the risk is there, right? Absent intervention. The other reason this initiative is important, I mean, there's no denying the climate of where we are. There is a collective lament, kind of an outcrying for justice in this moment. And there's no discussion of justice without a conversation about economic justice. And so the power of All In for Raleigh isn't just in the fund itself, but it's in who we've chosen to partner with in managing the fund. We're going to bring up Kevin, who is the CEO of the North Carolina Small Business Foundation, who is managing the fund. Kevin, welcome.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate being here. Hi, Angelique.
Hi, Kevin. Yeah.
So as Kyle mentioned, I'm Kevin Dick. I'm President and Chief Executive Officer of the Carolina Small Business Development Fund. We are a statewide agency, but we are located right here in Raleigh. So we have a vested interest in what happens to Raleigh small businesses. We provide loans, capacity building and technical assistance, as well as policy and research to small businesses. We also try to educate legislators, public officials, other stakeholders on the value of small businesses to the Raleigh economy. So we're really pleased to be here today.
Thank you, Kevin. So I know you guys really well, but let's pretend that I don't. We'd love for everyone joining us on Facebook Live to hear about just the mission, how you guys came to be, what you're working on.
Sure. So we were actually formed in 1990 as the North Carolina Minority Support Center. And the mission back then was to support credit unions, particularly minority-owned credit unions that served underbanked, underserved communities throughout the state of North Carolina. In 2011, we pivoted a bit and decided to make our major focus lending to small businesses. And so we have been providing loans to small businesses throughout the state since then. I would say significant percentages of the loans we provided have been in the Triangle, but we also, do a lot in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area, and really throughout the state. I mean, we have a lot of presence in rural counties in the east. We've done loans in the west, so we're truly a statewide organization. But as I said, what's happening in, you alluded earlier, Kyle, to economic justice issues, right? And so what's happening in, urban areas like Raleigh are very, important to us, and we really wanted to work with the city of Raleigh to figure out how we could maybe help offset some of the disparities and really help to improve the situation for small businesses.
No, that's incredible because when we think about the concept of economic justice, bringing people in that have been historically excluded from all the good things that come with entrepreneurship is incredibly worthwhile work. So I know you guys are an SBA lender. You also manage a good number of grants, but tell us a bit more about how you may be different from just a traditional lender, like a traditional bank that may offer like an SBA loan, for example.
Sure, great question. So we're what's called a community development financial institution. And CDFIs are basically organizations, they are lending institutions that are chartered by the U.S. Department of Treasury to be able to provide loans, financial assistance, technical assistance to small businesses in underserved communities. And so what we do, I like to say sometimes that we kind of start where large commercial banks stop. So for example, if you go to a large commercial bank, you are very unlikely to get a loan for under $250,000 because really it just doesn't make good business sense for commercial banks to concentrate on loans like that. They have to spend the same amount of time underwriting, processing, administering as they would on a $5 million loan. So that's where CDFIs come in. There was a piece of federal legislation passed in 1977 called the CRA, Community Reinvestment Act. And what that did was mandate that large commercial banks invest a percentage of their assets in underserved communities, which are typically communities of color. And so CDFIs then became really significant because what happens is we can partner with those large commercial banks to either take loans or grants from those banks and re-lend them in those communities at sound interest rates, not predatory rates. So typically we may lend to small businesses with easier terms than large commercial banks would have to organize with those small businesses. And so typically, anywhere from 6 to 12%, longer terms, lower thresholds for cash or equity in the deal. So we really have kind of made a mark with doing that. And since 2011, we have granted roughly 1,000 loans. But during COVID-19, that pace has really picked up in some of the markets we're working in.
It's excellent. Yeah. And how do Carolina Small Business come to manage the fund for the city of Raleigh?
Sure. So we actually had been managing a loan fund in Mecklenburg County down in Charlotte since the fall. And then when COVID hit, Mecklenburg County called us and asked us to manage their COVID-19 stabilization loan fund. And we've had some success with that so far, and I think the city of Raleigh took notice and said, hey, we have the ability to actually do grants for our small businesses. Would that be too large a pivot for you guys to manage a grant fund for us? And we said no. We thought that given the expertise on staff and our experience that we could do that pretty seamlessly. So we have worked in conjunction with the Department of Economic Development and Innovation. Shout out to Veronica Creech and her team. She's been phenomenal to work with. And also really have partnered with the entire city administration and city council to not only manage the public funds that the city of Raleigh has brought forth, but also manage some private donations that have matched the city fund. And that's enabled us to help more small businesses. So it's really been an excellent public-private partnership.
Excellent.
Sure.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And, I am a Durham girl, Bull City. Got to represent the Bull City, of course, and I have on my Black Wall Street shirt. And I know that you have some history in Durham, and you did a lot of work around Black Wall Street. And you have a new initiative over in Durham. Tell us about it.
What a great segue. Yes, we just launched a fund, two funds in Durham on June 18th, this past Thursday. We have the Small Business Relief Loan Fund and the Small Business Relief Grant Fund, and that actually is a three-way partnership with Duke University. So they are supplying funds for grants. And with the grant fund, we have an application window. We're not doing that first come, first serve. What we're doing is taking 10 days to collect applications, then start reviewing them over a 5-day period. And we will randomly select businesses. We thought that would be the most fair way to ensure equity in how we administer the grant program. Sometimes when programs are first come, first serve, you run into a situation where you have certain businesses and individuals who are very civically active, right? So they are at the door, city council is making these decisions, and they know, and they tend to be, quote unquote, in the know before anyone else. So in order to offset that, we basically are doing a randomized selection. And we use that same approach in Raleigh, and we think that the equity outcomes that we're achieving thus far have been good. And I say thus far because, just segueing back to Raleigh just for a minute, we are actively working in conjunction with the city of Raleigh to seek more private donations. Thus far, 154 businesses have been funded, over 1.1 million in capital deployed, so an average grant size of $7,200 per business. But we think that if the fund, this public fund, were 100% matched, we would be able to fund even more businesses. So of that 1.1 million, I would say about 270, 280,000 has been using private money.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So in Durham, we're hoping for similar outcomes. With the loan fund in Durham, that will be modeled after what we did in Mecklenburg, which is first come, first serve. However, with loans, it's a little bit different. The processing and review time is a little bit different. So you still can achieve the same equitable outcomes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, City.
So you mentioned for All in Raleigh, kind of the opportunity for private investors and other businesses to contribute to what you're doing. What's that look like?
So basically, we're managing a donation portal for the city of Raleigh on our website, carolinasmallbusiness.org. That's carolinasmallbusiness.org, in case you didn't hear the first time. And basically, folks can donate through ACH, through wire transfers, through credit cards. We have taken some credit card donations. For example, I want to give a shout out to Credit Suisse employees because through their corporate, their kind of employee match program, there have been a lot of individual donations coming from employees at that company. So I want to specifically call them out. But that's an example for other companies. Employee match programs, your employees put up something, make a credit card donation, and then that's aggregated, and then the company can match that. And so that's what Credit Suisse may be doing and intends to do. So we're still expecting more private donations, but strike while the iron is hot, because we really want to get these in by July 1st if we can.
Okay.
Yep.
Kevin,
Fantastic.
thank you. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for being here today.
All right.
you.
So
Absolutely.
it sounds like an elbow.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We are certainly practicing social distancing here, and we all have our masks behind the scenes. So just know that we are following all of the protocols
Yes,
of the
we are.
governor that we are supposed to be doing here. And so, Kevin, thank you so much for all of your work that you and your team are doing over at the Carolina Small Business Development Fund. And I want to just give a shout out to one of your partners that you work with, the Institute, and give homage to the legacy of Andrea Harris. So thank you for all the work that you guys do over there at the Small Business Fund. So now we are going to roll into a great video of some of the beautiful artwork that has emerged in the beautiful city of Raleigh.
I'm Alexis Roan, founder of Truth Meets Story, expanding empathy one story at a time. And I love Raleigh because it is an absolutely beautiful city. I love the room that is created for diverse voices. And even more than that, I love that even though we are surrounded by world-class cities like New York, Philly, DC, we're not trying to co-opt their flavor. We're too busy creating our own. All in for Raleigh.
Hey there, my name is Sophia and I work for 9 Miles Media. I'm all in for Raleigh because it's the best mixture of a small town community feel with big city opportunity. My favorite local spot is Dorothea Dix Park because that's where I got engaged. I'm so excited to support the Raleigh small business community in any way that I can.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Mike Vaglis. I'm the founder and CEO of Keepsake Tales. I'm rocking a hat today because of this quarantine here, so nobody wants to see that. But anyway, guys, we exist because at Keepsake Tales we believe that every child is one of a kind and has intrinsic value. And we're building the most personalized children's books in the world so that every child can understand that they do matter. And we are so proud to call Raleigh home, to be part of this community, which is also one of a kind and intrinsically valuable. To learn more, come visit us at mykeepsaketales.com, or better yet, come introduce yourself when you see me out and about in our hometown of Raleigh. Most likely my favorite spot in town, a place at the table. My name is Mike Vaglis, and I am all in for Raleigh.
Sunrise, my heart beats. You make my soul smile every time you hold me. Whoa. Let's shoot for the stars. We can go extremely far. Don't you wanna move with me? Come on, baby, dance with me, yeah. Just look how you glow in the moonlight. Your body's calling. Baby, I'm falling. Just let me hold you in a new light. You're my angel, darling. Whoa. Can fight this feeling anymore. So impossible for you to ignore. Follow your heartbeat. Dance with me. We've got the rest of our lives to be. Chase down all your written dreams. Way to stay safe and Happy Juneteenth, everybody. We are Nito. If you like what you heard, come back at 8 p.m. We'll be doing a full set on Emergence Live on Facebook.
I'm Sophia, and I'm all in for Raleigh. Are you? Because Raleigh gives us all that we need and all that we care for.
Hey folks, my name is Tony Kershaw, and I'm the community manager for GA Raleigh. This is my dog Domino. We're all in for Raleigh because, simply put, there's no place like home. We moved to the area about 3 years ago from New York, and honestly, the city welcomed us with open arms. I don't think anyone can say the same about New York City. Our favorite location is probably HQ Gateway. That's where GA hosts its events, classes, and workshops, where we bring community members together to learn and grow with one another.
I am all in for Raleigh because of the talent. I have met some amazing people, some amazing businesses, entrepreneurs, business owners, all sorts of businesses of folks just doing some amazing things, and we are all in to support them. So until the rest of the world knows, we are all in for Raleigh.
Hi, my name is Lauren with HQ Raleigh, and I'm all in for Raleigh because I grew up here and I love seeing how much we all support the local community.
Hey guys, Ben Armstrong, Evan Carroll from 9 Miles Media and Attended Events. We are here at the downtown Raleigh studio bringing this event to you live. We are all in for Raleigh because we know the power of production and we know the power of sharing these great stories with the world. So we couldn't be more excited to produce the event, and we hope you guys really enjoy it.
Man, Incognito was amazing. If you're just joining us, guys, we're all in for Raleigh. We are raising money to help Raleigh small businesses that were impacted by COVID-19. Our goal is to raise about $20,000 more over the next 30-ish minutes, and we're relying on you to make that happen. Go to allinraleigh.com and hit Go All In and donate.
Yeah, that video was so amazing, Kyle. I mean, all this beautiful talent here, right here in our city in Raleigh. And what we want to be very clear about is we are here to build community. This is not about buildings. This is not about, a structure. This is about making sure that our community is able to rebound after such a horrific time that we're going through.
Awesome.
Yeah. So now we are going to be joined by one of our local artists who is going to show us some really cool ways to draw a tree. Abigail Morris is going to be joining us, and we hope that you'll grab some pen and paper and draw the tree with us. We need trees for oxygen, right? Right, Abigail?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you'll be doing.
Well, my name is Abby Morris. I am a local artist here in the area, born and raised. And yeah, I am a painter. I just kind of started a couple years ago, so I'm really excited to have this opportunity and chance to kind of help y'all paint or draw some trees. So let's get started.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you'll talk us through it, of course, so we can teach people how to draw a tree. That is always my go-to when I'm drawing.
Oh yeah, and this is like a very simple way of doing it. It's very hard to mess up. But watch me, I'll probably mess up. It'll be great.
Just because you said there's no way, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Ooh, and there we go.
And there we are.
There we go.
Yes, so everybody knows this is, real life. This is real life. We are live, so we're going to drop pins. We're going to do things like that.
We are.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you get started on that, why don't you tell us, some of the things that you do with your art?
Some of the things that I do with my art. Well, I am a painter. I work with black and white acrylic. It's something that I've been doing for maybe a couple of years now. And yeah, I've just been doing that since November, and it's been awesome. I also work with kids in downtown Raleigh, and it's an after-school program, but one of the things that we actually do is we go through homework, making sure that they're okay, and yeah, just hanging out with them. Having a good time.
Yeah. I mean, my first introduction to you was, of course, over Zoom because we are practicing social distancing, and you were in a very unique place. You want to tell us about that?
Oh, absolutely. So I was actually in a bus, very hot out. I've been working on that bus for about 3 or 4 months now. 3 or 4 weeks, excuse me. It feels like months with this COVID.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, it is actually just like a fun bus that our nonprofit is working on right now. And yeah, the kids and I basically have the freedom to kind of paint it the way we want. So I've had students in there all this week and last week helping me. So it's been really fun to kind of get back with seeing them and, also wearing masks,
Right.
Yeah.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier, and you are doing some fantastic work over at a local organization, Loaves and Fishes. You want to tell us about that?
Yes. So Loaves and Fishes is the one that I'm doing the bus for. It's a nonprofit. It's in downtown Raleigh, Southeast, and it is for underserved students in that area. And we basically, like I said, just help them with homework, just talk with them, and make sure, that they're on the right steps. And that they're going to be doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That tree's looking good there. I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
very Bob Ross. I mean, I grew up on Bob Ross, so.
If I can get that, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're going to be making a transition pretty soon, huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This was my last year, unfortunately, at Loaves and Fishes. I still plan on being in contact with them, but hopefully, excuse me, I'm actually going to be going to college this year. So very excited.
Fantastic. Good for you. Where are you going?
I'm going to UNCW.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from New Bern originally, so shout out to all my New Bern
Ooh.
Bears out there.
I got family from there.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Are we related? Maybe. We could be.
We could be.
You just never know.
Yeah.
You just never know. Yes. Is there anything in particular that you want to tell people about drawing trees?
Well, the way that I'm doing it, like I said, it is a foolproof method. And what you do is basically start from the trunk here, right? And you just kind of make some J's. Well, you know, that one's a little backwards. And then you just kind of create Y's throughout the whole canvas, right? So you just kind of keep building onto that. And it's just something, like if you mess up, like I just did right there, you can just easily fix your way through it, and you're good to go. So that's the reason why I love this method so much of drawing trees. So it's a very easy one, and you can either do it like very, you know, you can put some thought into it,
Yeah.
like that, so on and so forth. Or you can just go crazy like I am, because I'm just having a good time, you know?
Go crazy with the trees. Go crazy.
Absolutely.
You mentioned Southeast Raleigh, which is that where Loaves and Fishes is located?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
We're at Mount Peace Baptist Church.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
that's the building that we're located in as of the moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good work happening over in Southeast Raleigh, and you know, I'm sure as people are all in for Raleigh, wanting to help rebuild community, that Southeast Raleigh will be, you know, a great place to be involved and help over in that area. And I know a lot of people over there, nonprofits, Evolve Mentoring, some things like that over there that are doing some great work in the community.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure at some point Loaves and Fishes has partnered maybe with them. So
Yeah, there's actually a lot of organizations, even with the schools, they come down and they, students will come and help and will just hang out with the kids, help them with homework, and, you know, just be that friend for them.
yeah, sure. I mean, I do work over with the Raleigh Boys and Girls Club over there, over in Southeast Raleigh. That is fantastic. My good friend has recently, he's from Southeast Raleigh, but recently had a park named after him over there. So when the world opens back up, I am sure that we will be hanging out over there in Southeast and doing some good things over there. So
Absolutely. I'm going to have to take a look at that.
yeah.
But the next step that I was going to say, so what I did was I just kind of filled in the tree with lines. You know, it gives texture, and also it hides mistakes, which is great. So what I usually kind of do, I give my tree a little bit of character. So I just kind of draw a 6 in there, right? And I just kind of fill it in. And that kind of makes a knot in the tree. It's really pretty. And then next, you just kind of start putting little circles all around, and that's going to be leaves. Now, usually with trees, they kind of, you know, clump up and are together. So you just kind of like want to go all around and just make those little groups, you know? And once you do, you just kind of bring it all together. And it makes a really, really nice, simple, easy tree.
Yeah.
You know, that anyone can do. Yeah, so, but this is something that I love to do with the kids. This one and painting mountains. They love that. So
That seems pretty easy to do.
Oh, yeah. Triangles, you know?
Yes, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? Sometimes I even struggle with that. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah. But it's something that the kids really do like doing. And I remember the first time I brought in some of the canvases in there, they were just like, Miss Abby, that's like too much. We can't do that. I was like, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and after like a little bit, like they've developed like really, really nice techniques. So I'm very, very proud of like what they've been able to do. So, so I love it. So like I said, I'm just kind of making these sections, and I'm just kind of making circles or threes. You can do either or. And what you do is you kind of work your way around the tree, filling it up. Like I said, it's a simple and easy process to just kind of get through.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what are you going to be studying at UNCW?
Oh, man. I'm going to be studying communications. It's something that I've been super passionate about for years. So I'm very excited to start that journey soon.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and that's pretty much basically it. You can kind of fill up the tree as much or as little as you want. You can actually just leave it with just the branches, like if you're looking for a fall, winter type thing, and just basically customize it however you want. So, yeah, but that's pretty much a basic like tree that you can do. Very simple, foolproof way.
Fantastic. Yeah. That is great. That is great work there. This is our local artist, Abigail Morris, and we've had fun drawing trees. How about that?
Yes, we did.
How
yes, we
easy
did.
is that? How easy is that? Yes. But we want to make sure that we support local artists like Abigail. And so we do that by going to All In for Raleigh, All In Raleigh, and press the button, Go All In. So at this point, I think we're just going to admire the tree a little bit, and then we're going to move into some more fantastic videos that have been done for and around Raleigh.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Jess with HQ Raleigh, and I'm all in for Raleigh because we have an amazing community that's always striving to grow, learn, do better, and be more inclusive. And we have some pretty good restaurants too.
Hi, I'm Brittany from Yum Productions, and I'm all in for Raleigh. Me, as an artist, and all of my artist colleagues can't wait to get back to it. I think we've been hit pretty hard, like most small businesses, but we need the people, we need the community, and what we do, I know the community needs us, so I'm all in for Raleigh.
Hi, I'm Alisa. I'm an intern in HQ Raleigh from Bulgaria, and I'm all in for Raleigh because I'm fascinated from your community and how united you are.
What Raleigh means to me is Raleigh is home. Raleigh has been welcoming. With me not being from Raleigh, Raleigh has been fun. It has been trying new things, trying new places with new friends that I've made. Raleigh has been making connections. Raleigh has been giving back to the community. Raleigh is happy. I like Raleigh. My name is Trey Shelton. I am a senior at NC State, majoring in architecture. So, Raleigh, as well as NC State, has made the bridge between the university and local small businesses very easy. The College of Design does an amazing job at bringing back alumni who have started their own businesses. So when you are done with state and you go into the workforce, it's very easy, to have those connections because you've been fostering them for 4 years or 4+ years being at state. Me and my sister are both from Greensboro. I go to NC State, of course, and my sister goes to St. Augustine. She is a rising junior, and it's nice that both of us are in the city. It's also nice that we can meet up in the middle in downtown at local shops or go get coffee, or go get a snack from downtown. So it's really nice that downtown is just so central to all the universities here, and it's not a far distance from any of us, to go and to hang out. My favorite place is probably Liquid State. You can stay for 5 minutes or you can be there all afternoon, and no one's gonna look at you crazy for being there all afternoon. So that's probably my favorite. Also another one that's also walking distance is a place at the table. I know Maggie, she's awesome, and I always feel so welcome when I come to a place at the table, and of course it's for a good cause, and of course she's a Wolfpack alumni, so I always got to support her in whatever she's doing. Being a part of NC State allows me the chance to meet local alumni that have started their own practices or businesses like Maggie. I've had the chance to work with a couple of alumni from the College of Design, so it's always nice to get that support and understanding from someone who has been in my shoes, has walked that line, know what it's like to be a design student. So when I graduate, I can also become a resource for students who are here at NC State and, help them along their journey to whatever, their professional, careers may be. It's been amazing. The local universities, they all do a great job at creating just this environment that is welcoming to students and welcoming to professionals, and just cultivating that relationship between local businesses, because we're going there to spend our free time there. We're going there to study. We're going there to meet friends with. So, not only do you get to spend time with your friends, but you're also making friendships with the owners, with the baristas, with the chefs. So, this is just an awesome place to be, especially if you're a student, because there's so much to explore, and that's what makes Raleigh a unique place to come and visit or to live, because that when you shop and when you support and buy from someone downtown, it is going to their family, so that you're giving back to benefit someone directly, that's then in return going to put that money back into the community. So you want to continue to have those type of relationships. I like the support that you get from, the community. I saw a lot of the people with, the recent things going on. I saw a lot of them helping their fellow neighbor, patch up or clean up. I saw a bunch of people who didn't even own shops downtown come together to help clean up afterwards. So it makes me proud. It makes me happy to say, I live in Raleigh. I'm going to school in Raleigh. No, it's awesome. It's also super important.
Probably should have did that. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm Johnny Hackett with the All In Initiative. We're All In for Raleigh. I'm here with Patrice Graham, owner of Colors of Yoga Studio. So just a little quick interview to get to know Patrice and Colors of Yoga. So I will say, when did you start Colors of Yoga?
We opened in August of 2017.
Okay, and what made you get into yoga? We don't see in the African American community especially, we don't see a lot of yoga studios that start. So what made you get into that?
Yeah, so I joke and say that it was because I was crazy, but also it was a friend of mine that was like, you have to try this hot yoga. I had tried cold yoga in college with an ex, and I did not like it, but a friend took me to hot yoga, and I fell in love.
Okay, so what is cold versus hot yoga?
So cold is just the room isn't heated, but hot yoga, the room is heated.
Wow, okay, so I'm learning a little bit about yoga. All right, so you were a yoga practitioner before you decided to open a studio.
Right.
So how did that kind of happen?
Yeah, so I have been taking yoga classes for years before I did yoga teacher training. And then when I was in yoga teacher training, my mom and sister started coming to yoga, even though I'd been telling them how great it was. And since I was teaching, they came and they were like, oh, I see why you like it now. It's so helpful. Like, I feel so relaxed. And so it sparked something in me. It was like, maybe if there's more representation of Black people in yoga, more Black people would do yoga.
Exactly. Yeah, this is my only experience with yoga right now. So that's definitely true. What would you say to somebody that's thinking about doing yoga but maybe hasn't taken that step to actually sign up for a class?
Yeah, I think that a lot of the times the hardest part is just trying, signing up and getting there. I think there's yoga for everybody. I think there's a stereotype that you have to be flexible or that you have to have a certain body or look a certain way.
Right.
And there's yoga for everyone, and it's accessible for everyone.
That's cool. And you're from Raleigh?
I'm from Raleigh. I rep Raleigh hard.
Nice. That's awesome. Any other thing that you want to say about yoga, about Colors of Yoga, different things like that? Y'all are doing virtual classes, I know?
Yeah, so right now we're actually in transition. So we're moving our physical space and we're doing virtual classes, just due to COVID and safety concerns. But I'm so grateful that we can still connect and move and breathe together, especially during all the things.
Most definitely. Well, you gotta give the information out so folks know how to find you, just in case they need that.
Yeah, we're at Colors of Yoga Raleigh on Facebook and Instagram, at Colors of Yoga Raleigh, and we would love to have you. And our website is colorsofyogaraleigh.com.
Exactly, check it out. It's awesome. I've already looked at it probably last year when we put it in Black Dollar. Yeah. So, great website. Shoot them a follow online, and follow Patrice and Colors of Yoga to stay in the loop. So,
especially during times of uncertainty and stress and overwhelm, it's important that we check in with how we feel, with our breath, and with our body. So let's take a mindful moment. We'll start by taking a deep breath in through your nose and open your mouth and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Last time, inhale through your nose and exhale. Let's add some movement. Inhale your shoulders up towards your ears and exhale shoulders back and down. 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders back and down. 1 more time. And neck rolls. Inhale, bring your chin up towards the ceiling. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Couple more times. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. The next time your chin comes towards your chest, roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then chin comes back towards your chest. And roll right ear towards your right shoulder. Keep going side to side. Or maybe you want to start rolling your head in full circles. And then going the other way. And come back to center. And notice how you feel. Do you feel lighter? More at ease? Just taking a few moments to be mindful of how you're feeling, to take some movement and some breath can be very beneficial for you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. I am so relaxed. That was so wonderful. Thank you, Patrice, from Colors of Yoga. That was incredible. That was incredible. Guys, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, we have passed the $12,000 mark. You see it down there? Look at that. Look at what you've done. Look at what you have done for your community members. My goodness, this is incredible. Please know that we are trying to raise at least $30,000. And with that, we can help anywhere from 3 to 5 businesses to really get back on their feet. Now, we'll take more than 30,000, but the goal is 30,000. But look at what you've done. Look at how awesome that is at the bottom of the screen. We are so excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you go to allinforraleigh.com and press all in and continue to donate to help our community.
Thank you. And so I want to take a quick sec just to kind of thank some people that made the morning possible. Attended event for kind of running all of the coordination, the physical space, 9 Miles Media, for all the videography work and the recording equipment that's here today. And additionally, I'm going to thank this very long list of individual videographers that have filmed the clips that you guys have seen today. So Travion Biddle, Spencer Bland, Ben Johnson, thank you, whose name escaped me in the moment. Phenomenal. The next thing we're going to see is going to be a set from Autumn Nicholas, followed by some additional footage of our beautiful city.
My name is Autumn Nicholas. I'm going to be singing a song called Light. It is released on all platforms. I kind of want to share what it's about, but I also really just want you to listen in and get your own opinion rather than me explaining what it's about to me. It definitely has a deep meaning that captivates something inside of me that I hope it does the same for you. some darkness out of you. Oh, we cannot hide in angles. They cannot bend the truth. It's in the balance of the force, complicated or defeated. Oh, we must outweigh the last thing. This won't be the death of me. This won't be the death of me. 'Cause I wanna be the light that outweighs the darkness. So I don't need to be the gap. Oh, I don't need to fit in. Said I wanna be a square that fits into your circle. And way outside the box. Ooh, they try to place me in it. No, I don't wanna place you in it. No, no, no. To let them place you in it. No. Ooh, it wasn't the light that broke the ball. So wasn't the stuff they told us all. Them hypocrites hypotheses making me believe like this. Said it's who you want me to be like. All this ignorance still in your eyes. They're never gonna steal the light from me, no. 'Cause I wanna be the light that outweighs the darkness. So I don't need to be the gap. Oh, I don't need to fit in. Said I wanna be a square that fits into your circle. And way outside the box. Ooh, they tryna place me in it. No, 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 place you in it. Oh, no, let them place you in it. Oh no, oh, was it crack? Do you think that you're broken? No, it's just a space that leaves you open for new light. Oh, the crack, we think that you're broken. No, it's just a space that leaves you open for new light. Oh, the crack, we think it's you're broken. No, it's just a space that leaves you open for new light. Hope some light inside of me, beat some dark inside of you. Oh, we cannot hide in angles, and they cannot bend the truth. It's in the balance of the form. It's complicated or defeated. Oh, we must outweigh the lasting. This won't be the death of me. This is my second song. This is called Side by Side. There's a lot going on in the world that I know that we can all relate, and I hope we can find some unity in. So I hope this reaches you. Secretly, it's inspiring. The uncertainty keeps us circling. In the bright and bright on the smoke screen, they're withholding. The fear is really not knowing. Yeah, I can't understand why we all just keep taking sides. Why can't we sympathize if we really care about each other's lives? Let's go and make it right. Let's stand side by side. For equal rights. For
I'm all in for Raleigh because of the abundance of opportunities there are as a creative.
I'm all in for Raleigh because I support my community and I support my Raleigh. I was born here, I grew up here, and I'm always going to support it. And I support black business. I'm always all in, 105%.
Hi, I'm Alice Lutz with Triangle Family Services, all in one with Raleigh, here at Lakeland, one of my favorite City of Raleigh parks. The thing about being outside, socially distanced, we're all in this together, enjoying the outdoors. We're all in one for Raleigh.
I begrudgingly moved to Raleigh a few years ago from a very outdoor-focused community. I thought that I was giving up that safe haven for a job opportunity. I'm so pleasantly surprised with how much hidden public space the Raleigh area has to offer.
We just started on this ride.
The Raleigh Park system has meant so much to me during quarantine because I'm isolating alone, so I try to get out to one of them every single day, and I have been able to get some sunshine, breathe some fresh air, get some exercise, stretch my legs, even just sit out on the grass with a book and read for a few hours. It's meant so much to me because I can actually see that other people exist, and I go and see families of all shapes and sizes having fun and fishing and exercising and picnicking, and it's just been really special to me.
My love for public spaces start traditionally with either a run in the morning or at midday, or a walk throughout the day to keep me sane. I work in sales for a tech startup, so I spend a lot of time on my computer, and I found that being able to get out, walk around my neighborhood — I live in Little Brooklyn, which is a small neighborhood between Glenwood, South, and P Street. Getting out for walks or runs during the day helped me stay focused and take a break. And then on the weekends, I found that I've really benefited from being able to hop on the Greenway and ride as fast and as far as I can.
At a time when many people are just now acknowledging the privilege they have, the importance of public spaces and parks is so significant, especially when you consider that not everyone has a yard or outdoor space at their own house. So the access and ability to get to a park for exercise, for play, for education, just to be outside and get vitamin D in a safe place is so important.
I love the parks.
You do? What do you do at the park?
Play and go up with friends.
That sounds like so much fun.
Singing trouble is just. This trouble is just passing by. Passing by. Passing by. Passing by.
I'm Heather, founder of Leadership Exchange. I love Raleigh because of the community and its amazing people. This is the Warehouse District, one of my favorite places to go to. And even when it's pouring rain, I'm all in for Raleigh.
Hey, this is Rob from Viva, and I'm all in on Raleigh because it has such a strong sense of community and a healthy entrepreneurial spirit. My favorite local business is the North Street Beer Station because the staff is super friendly and they always help me find what I'm looking for, even when I don't know.
Hey everybody, my name is Estes Tarver and I am from Moonlight Arts and Entertainment, and I am all in for Raleigh because I love this town. It's been a home to me for 10 years now. It's longer than I've ever lived anywhere, and I love the Triangle. And my favorite local spot is Moonlight Arts and Entertainment because we have created a place in this amazing town that has started to make training for the entertainment industry that competes on a national level, and it has created a place so that if you want to be in the entertainment industry, you don't have to go to New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago. You can do it right here. You don't have to go to Atlanta. You can train and become a competitive actor right in Raleigh, North Carolina, and to me that is amazing, and it's a wonderful thing that a lot of people have helped build. Thank you. All in for Raleigh.
Hi everyone, my name is Lindsay and this is Michael and Liam, and we are from 321 Coffee, a nonprofit coffee shop that employs individuals with disabilities.
We're all in for Raleigh because of other great socially oriented companies like A Place at the Table and Carol's Kitchen.
We are proud to be part of the Raleigh community.
Wow, that was amazing. All the beautiful parks and greenways that are in Raleigh. I want to give a special shout out to my fellow North Carolina Central University Eagle, Lavelle Moten, who has a park in Raleigh named after him over in Southeast Raleigh, which is where he grew up. And so understanding that sense of community, it really brings it all together. So thank you everybody so much for being a part of today. We are still raising money. We're continuing to raise money. We have a $30,000 goal, and we are going to get there because of you. So thank you so much. Make sure you go to allinforraleigh.com and continue to donate.
So speaking of thanks, two more organizations to thank for pulling today together. The first is Emerge. So they actually provided the venue for the artist you saw, and Oak City Productions that handled the filming of the artist. So as Angelique mentioned, we've got a $30,000 goal. We'd love it if you went to allinforraleigh.com and donated today. But the good news is that you have until July 1st to donate to help us hit that $30,000 goal and to uplift these businesses first that makes Raleigh who it is, but also that have been impacted by COVID. Thanks for hanging out today.